Dr. Stanley Makhosi Bebe is a towering figure, literally and figuratively. Although a journalist by training and practice, he is well known as an educational administrator. Bebe is well known for turning around the once lethargic African Nazarene University in Nairobi and making it a great institution. In our weekly segment, Beyond the Norm, our reporter Jeff Haimba brings you the other side of Dr. Bebe. Take a look.
Born as a journalist, always a journalist. Dr. Stanley Makhosi Bebe, the Vice Chancellor of African Nazarene University, is a man who prides himself for the great steps he has undertaken. The journey of Dr. Bebe, born in 1969, began at his home country of Zimbabwe.
I was born in Zimbabwe, but pretty much grew up in South Africa.
Bebe's story is of a village boy who rose from obscurity to the upper echelons of the Kenyan's university leadership.
I did get back to school again and completed my O-levels and then later my A-levels and went to college to study journalism, mass communication.
Apart from being a journalist, Bebe will also prefer being a pastor.
I'm a Nazarene. I belong to the Church of the Nazarene, and I have an obligation of accountability to that, and also an obligation to serve. And that's why it was really a no-brainer. It was a very easy call to accept when council wanted to elect me to come here. I really had no problem saying yes.
Bebe holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Religion and Society from the Drew University in Madison, New Jersey in USA, a Master of Philosophy in Anthropology of Religion and Social Ethics from the Drew University, a Master of Arts in African Religions from the University of Zimbabwe in Harare, a Bachelor of Divinity from the Reformed Theological College of Australia and New Zealand in Geelong, Victoria, Australia.
Can make a positive.
He too holds a diploma in mass communication from the Christian College of Southern Africa in Harare.
I was expelled from school at some point, and I had to spend a few years at home. Teenage travels. It was a mission school. There was expectations that we would be good students.
Before landing in Kenya, Bebe traversed many countries just for the purpose of fulfilling his career. He always admired the work of a journalist or the reporters do, the role of bringing valuable information to the people.
The important thing is making sure you are as best prepared for that position as possible. I can achieve more if there is more people around me who share the common purpose that I have. And so making people find their spaces around me becomes a critical part of what leadership is about.
However, luck was not on his side in the field of journalism.
Discussions about starting the university started in the late 80s. Yeah, it was a time when it wasn't too popular to have private universities, not just in Kenya, but on the African continent. But we opened our doors in 1994 eventually. I think we sort of got permission to start going around 92, but we opened our doors in 94. So we're approaching our 25th anniversary.
Bebe is a long-time leader in the Church of the Nazarene, including at the local church, district and the regional levels.
At some point, I thought I was going to be a pastor. And I did pastor a church, and at some point it got frustrating.
The soft-spoken university boss was appointed to head the African Nazarene University with a wealth of executive experience in government, non-profit and education sectors.
And we would want to think that there is room for anybody who is serious about getting a Christian liberal arts education. And in that sense, we are open for business.
He took over from Dr. Liam Maragu, whose track record leaves behind a lot to be admired for the past 21 years.
Well, this university is one of 21 universities that the Church of the Nazarene sponsors around the world. This is the one of two that exist in Africa. There's one in Swaziland and there's one here. Now, part of that relationship we have with the church is that from time to time, church members come out to Kenya as volunteers for short-term periods, maybe for 2 weeks, maybe for 3 weeks.
Before his appointment as the university boss, Bebe served as the Chief Executive Officer for the Independent Development Trust in South Africa. He previously served as the Chief Executive Officer for the World Vision South Africa. He too was the Program Director and the Senior Lecturer at the School of Community Development and the Adult Learning at the University of KwaZulu-Natal in Durban, South Africa.
It's an issue that all of us have to make choices about.
Besides that, he was the external examiner for the Community Development Program at the University of Pretoria and the University of Cape Town. Being at the helm of the Nazarene University, Dr. Bebe intends to leave behind a legacy that will be narrated to many generations to come.
We would want to think that there is room for anybody who is serious about getting a Christian liberal arts education. And in that sense, we are open for business.
Today, a university that was shunned by many is an attraction of every person who will want to pursue higher education, both within and without the Kenyan borders.
Our focus is to continuously offer a quality education that speaks to the needs of where Kenya is at, where Africa is at, and where an industrializing world is at in the 21st century. That's our primary focus. And I think in the next 10 years, we would want to really have grown our reputation as a university that does that consistently in terms of what our graduates.
Besides being a university boss, Bebe is a loving father.
I'm married to one wife.
One.
I'm married to one wife. And don't distort that.
According to Bebe, leadership is not about the title or the designation. It's about the impact, influence, and the inspiration. For Beyond the Norm, I'm Jeff Chaemba.